Hey viewers, hey subscribers, and welcome back to my channel, Aquarian Empress Tarot. For those of you guys who are new to the channel, welcome. To my returning subscribers, welcome back, my loves. Happy Saturday, you guys. Good morning. Happy Saturday morning. Good morning. Anybody who would like a reading, hop on in. Just hop on in. I just got myself together, got me a little cup of coffee, took a shower, cleaned my house, mopped my floors, did all the good things. Okay, we are bringing in great energy today and getting rid of what's not. So today is protection day. So do all of your protection things, like all of the protection things that you normally do. Good morning, Aisha Love. How are you? Prayers, light your candles. Specifically, black and red candles are for banishing and getting rid of any like evil eye or any just negative unwanted energy or stagnant energy. Even a white candle is good for that. If you don't have the color candles, that's perfectly fine. But prayers are very effective and powerful. Psalms 23, Psalms 91. If you have intention oils for protection, I have Run Devil Run, so I use it. And you can put it in your mop water. You can use it to wash the doorways off in your home. All kinds of things. Thank you, Aisha Love. Also, if you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe and thumbs up the live stream. Really appreciate you guys being here. And it shows it's an even energetic exchange, okay? So if you want a reading, once you send your donation to Where Aisha, I'm going to pin this comment so those who are just coming in can see it. You can send the donation there, either through Super Chat, Cash App, or PayPal. Once you send your donation, drop a green heart so I know that you're wanting a reading, okay? And for those who follow me on Instagram, I'll be posting the 3-card pool for the collective today too. All right? So let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. All right, Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective today? First, we're going to get some messages from your higher self to see what your higher self wants you to know. Do some ancestral messages. We're going to do that. Y'all, I just had to buy me another bundle of sage yesterday because my sage, it's finally only like half a bundle left. Remember how big this thing was? It was like this big, and it's still doing good. So I bought me another one because I never like to be without sage. I also bought me some frankincense, and if you guys don't know, frankincense resin, let me show you what it looks like. You can buy the frankincense, like the actual incense sticks to burn in your home. Great way to cleanse the energy in your home and get rid of any type of negative energy that may be lurking in there. I like to burn it if I have the incense. I like to burn it like when I get off of work in the evening when I come home. I like to burn it so it can clear out anything. But I also, me being me, this is just me, I like to carry a little bit of Florida water with me. So I always have some in my purse. And so I'll spray myself or spray my area, the desk where I work or whatever, just to protect myself from unwanted energies. But let me show you guys who don't know, if you're not familiar with copal in Spanish or frankincense in English, what it looks like. It's very strong for getting rid of any type of unwanted or negative energy. Okay. Sometimes you can buy it like in bulk, or sometimes you can buy it like in smaller quantities. Let me show you what it looks like. Okay, y'all. Sorry. That was my fault. I just kicked the cord. I just pulled the cord right out of there. Okay. That was my fault. Okay, now. Let me show y'all what this looks like. So y'all will know when you see it. This is what it looks like. I got a little bit of this from the crystal shop yesterday that I went to. So y'all can see this. It kind of looks like like rocks, but it's resin. It's a frankincense resin. There's also myrrh in here. Frankincense and myrrh. Patchouli and sandalwood are good ones too, if you can get the resin. But frankincense and myrrh, great for clearing the energies. I have a mortar and pestle, so you would have to want to grind this and then pour it over a charcoal. Once you burn the charcoal, you pour it over there and, you know, carry it throughout your home or wherever you are, whatever space you're in. All right. Okay, y'all. So let's get into spirit messages. Let's get into some spirit messages. Y'all got my coffee here today. This is cedar. Let me show y'all the difference. This is cedar. Ooh, and this is Palo Santo. You see the color? I don't know if y'all can see the color difference, but cedar is like a darker reddish wood. Palo Santo is a lighter wood. I don't know if y'all can see that. So there's that. All right, Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective today? Like I said, if you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe. Please make sure that you thumbs up the live stream. Also, I'm going to be doing a collective video messages, shadow work messages for the collective. Please be sure to check that out, as well as what your person is not telling you. Things that you may need to know about your person that they're not really speaking about or saying to you. Especially if you haven't heard from the person in a hot minute. And we'll pull an ancestor message for the collective too. Ooh, look. Your higher self. Relationships. Spirit says, I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. That's what your higher self wants you to know. You actually are attracted to people who want the best for you. You are. But here's the thing. Free will is at play. So when you do attract somebody who is not good for you and they show you who they are, they show you the red flags, Spirit says, what are you going to do about that? Do you love yourself enough to say, okay, this is not working. I need to try something different, right? This is not working. I need to let this go, right? So that's one of the messages from your higher self. But this can also be used as an affirmation. Like, I am attracted to those people who serve my highest good. Yeah, people who bring abundance and prosperity into your life and who treat you with love and concern. That's what you want. Love. Okay, your higher self says, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. Because it's easy. It's so easy, especially after you've had some bad or negative experiences, for you to switch your mindset and be like, oh, I don't, all this complaining and negativity. And it's like, Spirit's like, no, move in a function of love. Be open to receiving love, and also make sure that you're open to giving love that you receive, right? You show love to those who show love to you, right? And loving yourself as well. So when you have so much love and you're surrounded by love, which is why I will always stress the importance of surrounding yourself with people like family, best friends, siblings, people who truly care for you on a deeper level, not just a superficial level, not just an intimate sexual thing, but people who truly love and care for you. Like, they want to see you excel. They want you to succeed in what you do, right? When you're so surrounded by love, because love is the highest vibration there is, it becomes a lot clearer and it becomes a lot easier for you to see people who are not surrounded by love. People who are very insecure, people who are very emotionally unavailable. Like, they're not able to speak to you in a loving manner. Like, you know what I mean? Like, y'all know what I'm talking about? Like, you can just tell someone's tone, even in a text message. I know this is really weird, but sometimes you can tell, like, even by the way that someone texts you or the things that they say to you in a text message, that they're very conceited or they're very self-centered. Like, they're not concerned about someone else's well-being other than their own, or they're always bragging about what they have or what they're doing or where they're going or who they're with, or, you know, or they want to constantly send you selfies of themselves. Like, I'm not saying anything's wrong with selfies. I'm not saying that. But you can just tell when people are so full of themselves and they're not really, the love is not really there. You know what I mean? Give me one more, Spirit, for the collective. Messages for their higher self. We have service. I feel good when I can help others. Yes. This came up in the collective picker cards the other day, the King of Pentacles. If you are very stable and grounded and you're able to assist those around you, notice the green here. It's giving stability, right? And you're able to assist those around you in any type of way. And help doesn't always have to mean financially, but just being an emotional support as well. Spirit says, do it. If you can give, you know, there's a scripture that says, freely you have received, freely give. If you've been blessed, ask yourself, how can I be a blessing to another person? How can I be helpful to this person? And it doesn't always have to be monetary. Like I said, it can be if you're able to, if you're willing to do that, but it doesn't have to be. Like, and that just helps keep us humble. Like the blessings that we have, being able to share that with others, being able to share knowledge, information, resources. Oh, I got this from so-and-so. Here, I'll share the link with you. You know, that's being a blessing and helping other people and serving other people and being an emotional support too. Like that's a part of, you know, community. That's a part of being part of a tribe. All right, so let's get into ancestral messages too and see what Spirit wants you guys to know. Ooh. Also, anybody who's interested in the deck giveaways, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Okay, I have a few different decks to choose from here, and I'll be purchasing more for deck giveaways. Also, I'm just going to be doing giveaways, like maybe do a gift card giveaway, Amazon gift card, Target gift card, stuff like that. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and comment below the videos and the content that I'm making. I'm doing collective readings as I feel to do them. Okay. Ooh, we got these two cards from the ancestors today. So I love this for everybody. And on the bottom of the deck, we have mountains, stand your ground. Love that energy. So ancestral messages today for the week ahead, starting 6/5, June the 5th. Today is, what is today? June 3rd, 2023. The number 3 is very significant. It says, be brave and honest. So we have the Knight. So that's one ancestral message. And then we have the Elder. It says, move beyond ancestral patterns. Okay. So we're going to start with the Knight and then we're going to go into the Elder. Let's see. I don't know why I'm not seeing the Knight. There it is. Be brave and honest, okay? So it says, do the right thing even if it's not the easiest option. Stand for what you know to be right and true. It really doesn't matter. Like, being true to yourself is going to be a big thing this month. Like, it's Gemini season. And happy birthday to all my Geminis. Shout out to all my 20 twins, right? Just because it's an unpopular opinion, you know, you see that like on Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that. People like, oh, unpopular opinion. That's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with having a different opinion than other people. As long as it's true to you and what your morals and principles and standards are, do what works for you. I tell people that all the time. Just because I say something doesn't mean it can, just because I tell you, oh, this is what worked for me, doesn't mean it's going to work for you. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell your coworker, oh, I tried this new moisturizer on my skin and it really helped my skin. Like, it may not help her skin. She may have a whole different, you know what I mean? So just because it works for one person doesn't mean it's not gonna, or it's gonna work for the next person. You know what I mean? So do what feels best to you. A part of trusting your intuition is gonna come into play here. Trusting your gut feeling. It says the energy of respect is important right now. You're being encouraged to figure out what is important to you. So ask yourself this question today and for the rest of this week. What is important to me? And stand for it. Spirit says, figure out what's important to you and what you stand for. If you're in a space where there's opposition, you're being guided to follow through with integrity, because even if it seems this will slow your progress, your rewards will be much more abundant. You are being surrounded by a light of bravery to help you. This card also brings justice. If you're longing for justice, please know that the universal energies are working to bring everything back in order and that you don't need to force anything through with your will. And this is so funny because last night I had a phone client. She had booked a phone reading with me on my website. And I was telling her, based on what the cards were showing me, like, you know, it's kind of like, because the hangman came up. And when I see the hangman come up in a reading, generally speaking, it's like you've made a lot of sacrifices and now you're at this point where you're basically surrendering to spirit. You know that saying, let go and let God, basically. And she was like, that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Like, not really stressing about what anybody else thinks, what anybody else says, how anyone else feels, because you can't control anyone else. You really can't. It says, you're being surrounded by a light of bravery to help you. This card also brings justice. If you've made any mistakes recently, it's important to take ownership of them so you can align yourself with improving the situation. We also talked about personal accountability. Like, people have to hold themselves accountable. Just because I can see that there's something wrong with you or something wrong with what you're doing, you have to be able to see that yourself. You know, people can book readings with tarot readers all day long, ask for advice all day long, go to therapy sessions all day long. But if you're not ready to do the work, then you need to be honest with yourself and say, you know what? I want to be healed. I want to have a healthy relationship, but I'm not really willing to do the work right now. I'm not in a place in my life where I'm willing to actually sit down and do the work. I'm not ready to see it through. I'm not ready to change certain things about my mindset or my behavior or my patterns of behavior. I'm not ready to do that. And be real and be honest about it. Like, the first step to acknowledging there is a problem is saying, I see this. I can see this. I see what you're saying. You know what I mean? But if you're always obstinate and don't want to hear what somebody has to say to you because you're offended and your feelings are hurt, you can never progress because all you're thinking is, well, this person is attacking me and they just don't like me or they just don't want to see me happy. And that's not the case at all. Keep in mind that consultants, readers, therapists, psychiatrists, these people don't have anything to gain by just telling you stuff for shits and giggles. They don't have anything to gain by telling you certain things. Like, it's just like, this is the information, this is the pattern that your brain responds to, this is how you react in certain stressful situations or relationships, this is how you behave. This is not healthy. It's not conducive to a healthy relationship or a healthy career or a healthy interaction with your parents or your children or whoever. It's up to you, to me, to make the changes. If we don't make the changes, we cannot expect different results. 1 + 1 is 2, right? It says, if you're feeling the need to defend your spiritual path at this time, back down and let it protect you. And I love that message too, because it's like, me personally as a reader, right? And as a spiritual practitioner, it's like I used to, when I first got into my own spiritual journey and things of that nature, I used to feel like I had to defend myself, and I don't. I'm grown. I'm very grown. I'm 36 years old. I really don't have the time nor the energy to explain to people why I have certain boundaries in place when it comes to my business, why I practice the things that I practice, why it matters to me, why other things don't matter to me, why I take other people's opinions with a grain of salt. Because everybody and their mom has an opinion. Everybody has an opinion. Like I said earlier, what works for one, what works for the goose may not work for the gander sometimes. That's just life, right? So I also have Elder. Let's see the message with Elder. It says, move beyond ancestral patterns. Move beyond the limitations that have been set for you by family members, past and present. Know the energy of your spirit is more powerful than genetics and behavioral patterns. So just because your great-great-great-granddaddy or your great-great-great-grandmother used to do thus and such, or they suffered through such and such, and this was a generational curse. And the reason I say a generational curse, and I use that term loosely, is because if it's a negative impact on the bloodline, it's a curse, okay? Pass it on from family, you know what I mean? Just because they suffer through certain things doesn't mean that your generation and your bloodline you can't be the one to change the outcome, to change the dynamic of the genealogy of your family tree if you make certain changes. But then again, this goes back to shadow work, where you and I have to be willing to do the work in order to change our children and great grandchildren's bloodline, right? But if we're still participating in certain activities and certain mindsets and patterns of behavior, it's just going to continue that same vicious cycle. It says the elder is the ancestor who comes with the message of healing change. He is an embodied soul, yet he has had journeys that go beyond the physical. Therefore, he represents a reclamation of power. When he appears, it's an acknowledgement that you have the capacity to move beyond the limitations that have been placed upon you, which usually comes out of fear and religious programming and things of that nature. It says, if you've had expectations of success, failure, sadness, or even sickness placed upon you by your family, it's important to know that you are here to create your own story. And this is really important. Sometimes we have this expectation that is passed down, like, oh, you know, my mom was this or my grandparents were this, so I have to be this. Otherwise, I feel like I'm a failure. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You don't have to be in the same type of career field as your mother or your grandparents, or, you know, live the same lifestyle that they did. Remember, you are living in a different era. You're living in a different time period. Things have changed and will continue to change over time. Technology has advanced far more than it has in the past 50 years. So the way that your grandmother, if you're blessed to still have your grandparents living, grandmother and grandfather, the way that they were raised and the things that they did when they were children, it's going to be totally different for you. It's going to be totally different for you. You're in a different time period, right? So don't compare your lifestyle to the lifestyle of your parents or grandparents, because they're from a different time. They're from a different time. Like I said earlier, do what works best for you. Now, yes, of course, use your discernment. There are certain things that, you know, you can take valuable information from them. You can learn valuable lessons, but everything cannot be applied. Everything is not to be applied because they lived in a different time period. It says it's important to know that you're here to create your own story. Okay, this is your life. You're the star of your show. This card represents personal healing that will bring healing to your family lineage, past, present, and future. Know that you get to decide what you take on, what you do in this lifetime. You get to make that decision. Also know that your ancestors are rooting for you and are sorry for any setbacks that they have created for you. So keep that in mind, you guys. Now I'm going to get into some love messages. Here we go. Here we go. The fun part of the reading. Let me get into some love messages. All right. Let's see what deck I'm going to use. Hang on, y'all. Looking to see what deck I'm going to use. Probably my new one. Yeah. My Purple Divine Love Oracle. I think this is the one I'm going to use. Alright, Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective in regards to love? Messages do you have for the collective in regards to love? The person they're dealing with, the person that's on their mind, the person they're in a connection with at this time. Ooh, we got love offer. We have love offer. I don't know if y'all can see that. It says new love, romantic opportunities. So if you're single and you're ready to mingle, some of you guys might be meeting somebody new this summer. Just saying, might be outside. You might be outside and they might be too. You might meet them outside. For those of you who are currently in a connection, there is a lot of love between you and this person. This person definitely wants to offer, you know, express their emotions for you, how they feel towards you. We have makeover. Spice yourself up to feel beautiful. So if this is your story and it resonates with you, you've currently met somebody or you're currently dating or seeing somebody, Spirit says, go get you a makeover, girl. Go Go get your hair done. Go get the pedicure, the manicure, whatever the case may be. Go get it done. All right. Okay. Ooh, we have pearls. Pearls, 1 in a million or a special love. So for some of you guys, you may feel like the connection that's coming towards you in regards to love, whoever this is coming towards you to offer you a connection, or the person you're currently with, because this is for both, okay? Both who are dealing with somebody and who may be dealing with somebody coming up here soon. You may feel like this person, like there's a special connection between the two of you, if that makes sense. Like you've never met anybody like this person before, and they may tell you the same thing. Like they may feel like you're the type of person, they've never been with anybody like you before, you know? Like just very loving, very kind, very considerate, that type of thing. We have lovers and friends. Yeah, close bond. It says inseparable, like peanut butter and jelly. That's what's on this card. Friends, lovers and friends. And I feel like that really is one of the best ways to connect. Like start out as friends first before you continue like to escalate the relationship, because if you have a good friendship, then it can blossom into more. But you have to be willing to take the time to get to know each other, you know, take the time to actually date. You know, it's so funny to me that like now a lot of people don't really like to actually date and court the person of interest. It's just weird to me. But yeah, taking that time, I feel like when you take that time to actually get to know that person, or they, you know, they get to know you and they call and you talk on the phone, or you actually meet on dates in person, you know what I mean? Like you get to have a better understanding of where this person is coming from, because you get to see their facial expressions, hear their tone of voice, right? You get to see all of that, how they carry themselves, their mannerisms, how they treat other people, the waiters, the waitresses. You know what I mean? Like, you get to see a lot of things, but if you just texting back and forth, sending selfies, like, come on now. That's cute for a certain amount of time, but at some point, you need to actually make that relationship, if it's gonna prosper, if it's going to grow into something, you have to be able to make physical contact. Like, you gotta see each other in actual person. Dates need to be planned and phone calls need to be made. We have sparks, chemistry. Yes, you and this person have a lot of chemistry. There's a lot of sparks, or will be if you are single and looking forward or towards a new connection. That you and this person, there will be chemistry. But keep in mind, chemistry is not enough. Chemistry is not enough. Just because you have chemistry with somebody, that's a lustful type of energy, right? You need to know if the person's going to stick around through thick and thin. Unless you own it. If you are on just a little whatever wham bam thank you ma'am type situation, then that's fine. But if not, chemistry, okay, is there. Creativity, new passion. Just so you guys know. We have celebrations, good times and get-togethers. Yes, this is great. So let's say you meet this person, right? And because it's summertime, a lot of things are happening. Graduations, weddings, baby showers, barbecues, family reunions. Somebody might get invited or might invite you to a family function, or, you know, a big like outdoor event, a cocktail party, something like that. So celebrating someone's wedding, something like that. Or you could meet this person in one of those types of settings. So just keep that in mind. That might be a place where you might actually run into this person that could turn out to be a potential relationship interest. We have spoiled, comfortable, being taken care of. Comfortable being taken care of. Some of you guys want to be spoiled. You want to be spoiled, and you deserve to be spoiled. You deserve to be wine and dine. Absolutely. And if the person's not able to provide that for you, bye. Thank you. Next. Okay, you guys. And then we have flow. Flow with ease, don't force. Yes. I know if a man tells you this is typically a red flag to go with the flow, because he's not really serious. But excuse me, it is very important to go with the flow in the sense that you want to not really take anything personal, especially when you first meet this person. You just kind of want to be, dating is a time of observation, right? You're just watching and you want to peep game. Like you want to pay attention to things that look funny, sound funny, things that don't add up, but also pay attention to the good things. Pay attention to how great this person smells, how well dressed they are, how polite and kind they are, how they open the doors for you, how they ask you, how was your day, you know, or what would you like, or where would you like to go, or what is your favorite thing, you know, what's your favorite hobby, or just different things. So pay attention to both sides, right? When it says flow with ease and don't force the situation, just because this person hasn't been texting you all morning does not mean they're not interested. And I think that's a common misunderstanding. Like, you kind of have to establish a pattern of contact and communication regularly. It doesn't mean the person's going to be blowing up your phone all day, because you both are adults and you both have responsibilities and you both have things to do. Now, when it gets to a certain point where the person is just giving you one word answers, or they're not very detailed, when they started out very detailed, or they were contacting you every other day or once a day to let you know or see how you're doing or whatever, let you know how they're doing, and that, you know, keep it going, you're gonna know. You have to be able to use your discernment and fill out the energies. That's why you want to observe. Dating is collecting data, collecting information, right? So those are collective messages, you guys. Thank you for hopping in, because I saw like 3 or 4 people in my live stream. But thank you for hopping in. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe. I'm gonna hop out of here. I'll be posting some collective readings later. So I hope you guys have a great weekend, wonderful Saturday. And until next time, love you guys.